It's Championship Saturday in the CIAA. Welcome to the Toyota CIAA Tournament Championship between the Bears of Livingstone and the Bears of Shaw U. Welcome to the Time Warner Cable Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's take a look at our brackets to show you how these two teams advance to the title game. Shaw turned back Johnson C. Smith in an easy one for them. Livingstone and Fayetteville State, they needed overtime before the Bears advanced. Along my partner Stan Luter, I'm Chip Target, and I don't think anyone would have picked these two to have been in the title game tonight.
Preseason picks, they were number 3 and number 5. Nobody thought the Bears would be in the championship game. The Fighting Blue Bears for Livingstone College, their first chance ever to win a CIAA championship. And the Shaw Bears, since 2002, the last time they were here, one of these teams, one of these moments is going to be magical.
Let's take a look at our star watch for both teams.
Man, I'll tell you what, you've got two of the dynamic players in the CIAA. All-conference Darius Cox can make the jump shot from 15 to 18 feet, but goes inside and makes the mid-range and gets rebounds. 21 points last night in the overtime win over Fayetteville State. He's going to have to step up tonight if they expect to win a CIAA title. And what about this guy, Raheem Smith? The last 2 basketball games he's played in the tournament, 19 and 21 points respectively. He led the conference in scoring until late in the basketball season. He drives, he dishes, he penetrates, he can do it all. Smith, Cox, the star watch on championship night.
Let's take a look at our Bank of America starting lineups for both teams. Livingstone will go with Greg Henry, Darius Cox, Tyler Johnson, Quentin Redfern, and Aaron Wilson. Shaw will counter that with Devon Mclendon, Raheem Smith, Dwight Bell, Daryl Johnson, and Tony Smith. And take a look at the coach inside the huddle there, the tall guy that is James Stinson, and his 6th season as head coach at Livingstone. You see his record overall, but he has continued to build this program, and he has some great athletes on this team. Leading Shaw, that is Cleo Hill Jr. in his 2nd season. You see his mark as well, but this year has been one of those years to where they have continued to peak and peak and peak along the way. And Stan, we said this in the beginning of the week, these two teams may have the most athletes on the floor at one time. That's why they're here.
I think you're going to be amazed at how well these guys play together and then individually some of the things they'll do. Livingstone, Shaw for the CIAA championship.
Livingstone in the dark or dark blue, kind of a black colored jerseys, and all white for Shaw this evening. Shaw gets the steal early, so here goes the CIAA title contest.
Livingstone opening man-to-man.
We've seen a lot of this week, a little driving, then a dish out. 3-point shot, ringing up for Raheem Smith.
Right on cue, we talked about a star watch player, led the conference for most of the season in scoring. Raheem Smith gets the basket.
And defense this time. Shaw right up and under, almost, but no good. Ball kicked around, and it's gathered back in. 3-point attempt from way out, and it's missed badly by Smith.
Part of what you'll see out of this Shaw team is a lot of drives and then spot-up shooters. Both Smiths do a great job of that. Penetrate that time. Raheem Smith rings the bell.
Aaron Wilson back to Greg Henry. We set the offense for you. Darius Cox with it wearing 15. Wilson and Redford, 21. That is Tyler Johnson. Look at move inside by Greg Henry. Tipped around, and it goes in. Cox credited with the basket.
Star watch guys doing their thing early.
Look at him jump there. Cox can get up like crazy. What an interception of that pass.
Cox to transfer from Tennessee State.
Pop, but it does not drop. Foul on the backside, and they will hit Henry with that one. Let's check it. Let's make it Aaron Wilson who they hit the foul with on the backside.
And you expect both teams to be a little amped up early in the game. Shots maybe a little long, sometimes a little wide. They'll get through the first TV timeout. Everybody will settle down.
So Tony Smith will bring it up wearing 20. Shaw can be extremely deliberate. That's what they've done this entire tournament. They've run it down to about 8 seconds before they even kick their offense into high gear. And they will do a lot of that. Mclendon goes over to Bell. You hear the call from Cleo Hill. Now they get to 10, they get to 8. It's kind of like an NBA offense here. Trying to find somewhere to go with a turnaround 3-pointer. Doesn't hit anything, so the shot clock expires because he didn't hit iron. It'll be Livingstone basketball.
Good defense. I'll just take their time, go from side to side, look for mismatches. That time they got a great job defensively, a good push. Shaw couldn't get anything.
For both of these teams, nerves will be a big deal the first 4 or 5 minutes in this game. You may see some wild shots and just things that you will not see the rest of the game. It is a huge deal to win a CIAA title for both of these two teams. They're going to call out an offensive foul on Tyler Johnson driving in. Good job on the defensive side there by Devon Mclendon.
Tyler Johnson, the sophomore from Southeast Raleigh High School, trying to drive in the middle of the floor. Defensive pressure from the Raleigh College there. Shaw University stopping him. Wonder how many times he's been over on Shaw's campus playing basketball. Reggie Flythe and Coach Baker, John Baker Jr., the coaches over at Southeast for many years.
Looks like Livingstone is going to be interested in not allowing
and expect to see the Smiths drive and then kick. 3 on the clock.
Yep. 2 and put up shot that was not exactly the best of shots from Smith. But here comes Livingstone. Livingstone will play defense, and Cox will shoot it up from there. We call that string music from Charlotte.
Salisbury, North Carolina, only about 45 minutes away from Charlotte. Expect this crowd to take in the Fighting Blue Bears and wrap them and love them and pull for them all night long.
5-3 as we start the game. Any trends hit you in the face there, Stan?
Penetration here, nothing. You get the jump shot. Cox starting off with a very solid first few minutes of this basketball game.
Take a look at the recap of the tournament. The top 3 seeds were eliminated. Bowie State, Virginia Union, Winston-Salem State. The Blue Bears seeking their first ever CIAA tournament title. And the Shaw Bears, take a look at that. Raheem Smith, 21.7. Good look at Cleo Hill Jr. again. And he will stand. You will probably be able to hear him over our microphones tonight. He is extremely loud when he wants something done immediately. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Shaw basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
What Livingstone wants to eliminate is that dribble penetration and kick. And also they want to try to keep the basketball on one side of the floor. Shaw so far helping him by being very deliberate up top.
Tony Smith. Long three-point attempt is no good by McLendon.
Make Johnson C. Smith, make Livingstone, make any team you want to play. You want to be one-dimensional. Right now they're settling for jump shots, the Bears and Shaw.
Getting a lot of one-and-dones too, Stan. Dante Durant, number 3, played well 2 games ago. And that guy right there, Nasser Austin, wearing 44. He's just come in, and he made some big plays a couple of days ago. Foul inside by Daryl Johnson. We got a break in the action. We will take one as well. CIAA Men's Championship game. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Charlotte, the CIAA tournament. That's Mr. CIAA, Mr. Abraham Mitchell on hand. He is seen everywhere.
Yeah, he's been around a few of them. But right now, that's Mr. CIAA, Darius Cox. Watch the effort right there, keeping this ball alive, getting a tip. Then he turns around, knows where the basketball is, up, gets an interception right there. Plays like that win you championships. Right now, that guy in black is Mr. CIAA.
He also has a three-pointer to his credit, all 5 of the Livingstone points. Trying to find some kind of soft cushion in the middle. Jackson, 3. The lead is 5 for Livingstone. They have come out very, very patiently here to start this game. I mentioned those first 3 or 4 or 5 minutes might be a little hectic, but now these teams starting to settle down, especially Livingstone, Stan. Shot from the corner, in and out by Tony Smith. Last 5 Shaw trips down the floor have provided nothing. Pretty lay-in by Greg Henry.
We've talked all tournament and part of the season about the athleticism of Livingstone. A nice job defensively, stop, push the ball down the floor, and then get the easy layup. Right now, Livingstone has Shaw on their heels. They're not driving and kicking, and they're not trying to power the basketball in. This is a time where Raheem Smith, has to take this game over.
This guy with the basketball right now. He's got a tough guy guarding him and Greg Henry. Dwight Bell's had a good tournament.
Another time, the clock under 5.
Put it up with 3, and look who does it. Raheem Smith hits it.
Big basket right now to shift the momentum for Shaw.
Cox and Raheem Smith both with 5, as we talked about them in the Star Watch. Inside Austin, look at that athletic play there.
Nasir Austin came into the tournament only having played 11 basketball games.
6'6" sophomore Austin, and he plays bigger. He's a thick 6'6". Bell can hit that. Does not that time. Look at the strong rebound on the backside, but loses a handle, does McLendon.
Again, Shaw settling for jump shots, not able to get the rebound. Bell had a nice basketball game yesterday and on Thursday. Comes down, misses a shot, but watch this. No one stops the basketball. A good job by Tron Jackson getting it out. Henry with the layup.
Jamar Hosier has just checked into the game for Shaw, wearing number 41, 6'8" senior. Another guy that's come in and had an extremely good tournament. Zone again this time by Shaw. You can't say the Bears because they're both Bears.
Blue Bears, fighting Blue Bears.
Austin tried to. Double team in the corner. Good defense that time. Tony Smith gets it back. He's got numbers. Look at the underneath. That's Raheem Smith. He has 7.
That's how Shaw's been so difficult to beat the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've improved their defensive effort. This time a steal. Real push ahead. Smith once again with the basket.
Well, they've got a big team on the floor right now, does Shaw. 2-pointer just inside the line, but it will not go for Johnson. Pushing it up quickly. Down the lane, gonna be foul. Ball doesn't go in. Foul on the outside. Greg Henry is hit with a foul, his first.
One pass ahead. Good catch by Smith to Smith for 2.
So Devon Mclendon will go to the line. The 6'4" junior hits the first of 2. Livingstone had a good little run, but now Shaw starting to put a little run of their own together. He hits the second one. That's a big squad that Shaw has on the floor. Look at the block by Smith. They get it back to him on an outlet. He's going to be called for the walk. William Cheek, Michael Terry, and Rick Pate doing our officiating for today's game. How about our Toyota keys to the game, Stan?
Start the Toyota and let's ride. How about it? For Livingstone, how we playing? Style of play. So far, so good for them. Out of hibernation. Never in the school's history. 48 and 69 points. All the points that Shaw's given up in this CIAA tournament. They have to have a great defensive effort. And cut them up, cut them down. If they can cut them up offensively, run their sets, get some baskets. They've had a hard time so far. If they can do that, expect Shaw to win this CIAA championship.
Austin with a bucket, 5-point lead for Livingstone. Shot clock at 8. Now you'll start to see Shaw move into their offense. Bell made a nice catch there just to bring it in. Three-pointer, did he get it off in time? He does, but no basket for Smith. Get a Shaw shot. If you say Smith, you got a chance of it being right regardless. Ball on the floor, tied up. Hosier comes out with it. Here comes Raheem Smith. Bell may take this, he does. Been close. He's just a smidge and off, but he's hit some of those threes. As Tyler Johnson goes all the way, but his foot was on the line, so it will be a turnover. We got a break in the action. We're back with the CIAA championship game from Charlotte.
Welcome back to the CIAA Championship, 14-9, Livingstone over Shaw. The CIAA has a proud new partner, Jim Colin with Toyota. And Toyota, we are so happy to be with you.
Well, we're happy to be here, Houston. We told you back in October that we were going to be back and we were going to be ready for the CIAA tournament. And it's been a great, great experience for us.
The partnership with the CIAA and Toyota, explain it to us a little bit.
Well, we launched with the Toyota Green Initiative. And that's been our environmental stewardship platform, launched with all 13 schools. And we've been on tour with all 13 schools, as you well know, and it's been a great adventure for us.
How's the experience been with the CIAA this year?
It's been a great experience. The students are absolutely outstanding. They are great young people. They are embracing our message of tomorrow.
Thank you so very much, and thank Toyota.
You're welcome.
Jim Colin with Toyota. Back to you, Chip.
Raheem Smith just hits a bucket, and he is definitely filling it up for Shaw right now. He's got 9 to start the game. Sean Jackson said get in there with nowhere to go, and there's going to be a breakout here. Tony Smith with his first bucket of the game. And we are all even at 14. Just like that. Omar Ford Bay is checked into the game for Livingstone. He's got the basketball wearing 55. Looking inside, Joey Taylor also just in. Look at the move by Joey Taylor. 6'8" junior scores his first bucket. The lane, fill it up from Devon Mclendon.
One of the things you'll see out of both teams when they get the opportunity, they'll push it and drive to the hole. Neither team afraid, and they have depth. Both guys go deep into their bench. 8, 9 guys tonight.
Dante Durant. No offensive foul on Durant. He went in hard, but he also went in a little out of control.
We've been really impressed with the penetration of Torian Jackson. This time he goes a little too far. And when you go too deep against these big bears, the Shaw Bears, bad things happen to you sometimes.
A little pressure this time from Livingstone. Square at 16. Shaw started 1 for 6. Since then, they're 5 out of 9 from the field. So they have settled down about the amount of time we Timeout is taken by Thomas Stinson for Livingstone as Shaw has jumped into the lead. Tune in to all ESPN networks between now and March the 13th for all the excitement of Championship Week. You can catch the action from 189 men's and women's college basketball games as teams battle for conference supremacy. 43 championship games will be featured, including the title games from the ACC, Big 12, Big East, and SEC. ESPN, your home court for Championship Week. Big one's coming up there. Woo. We are in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City for the CIAA Men's Championship. The Shaw ladies have already won the Women's Championship. Shaw trying for the double-double here this evening.
2 years ago, Johnson C. Smith won the men's title and the women's title. Prior to that, you had to go back into the 90s when Norfolk State last won it. Women's team won the CIAA championship, and in fact, Shaw is going for the rare triple. Football championship, Darrell Asbury won that. Jock Curtis wins women's basketball. Can Shaw U win that? Wow! Are there going to be rings bought over there in Raleigh?
You may get one too.
It's a long time before we can decide on that, though.
Darius Cox back in. Tell you what, since they put in this bigger lineup, Stan, it has caused Livingstone some problems.
Not able to penetrate, depending on jump shots. This guy's been quiet.
Cox high, but no go. Mclendon doing it on both ends with a good rebound there. Nice one-handed pass. Look underneath, Hosier. He's going to get the foul from Henry. Joey Taylor's hit with a foul. 5th team foul. Shaw starting to impose their will a little more right now on Livingstone. A little more in their offensive rhythm.
I think if you're Cleo, you still want to get more looks, better passing, better screening. Livingstone in zone right now. And I think if you can do that, it's going to make that defense a little bit better. Now they're going to pull it out. Big 2-3 zone for Livingstone. The middle is open. Look at number 13 there, standing there looking for the basketball. Johnson.
Quick hands, nice steal from Carl Boswell. Got his hand on it. Nice play in the corner. Cox elevates, can't get it to go home. It's strong, but he is cooled. First 5 points. We got whistles, got a foul on the inside. We got a break of the action. We'll take one as well. We're back in Charlotte in a few moments. Stay tuned. .26 remains in our first half. Shaw with a 3-point lead over Livingstone, 19-16. Let's take a look at the past champions in the CIAA in the men's side.
It's been real competitive here. I mean, last year, Lonnie Blow and his crew won St. Augustine's Falcons 2 years in a row. Steve Joyner and Johnson C. Smith, the magical year in 2007 with Sean Walker. And then you got Virginia Union, 2003 Bowie. And 2002 was the first time that Shaw won a CIAA championship led by Ronald Flip Murray. Union won 17 CIAA titles.
They have it that 1-2-2 this time from Shaw, and it is still a very big lineup on the floor for Shaw.
Yeah, you've got the Smiths out there roaming up top. Then you've got Carl Boswell. You've got Mclendon at 6'4", 6'5". And we've seen a great job being physical by Hosier.
Travel is the call.
And then Jalen Battle, who really we haven't talked a lot about throughout the 3 or 4 days of the CIAA men's side, comes in and adds even more size at 6'7".
He has not played a great deal, but he may be needed tonight, size alone.
And they've got a young man, Eric Neely, who doesn't get a lot of play due to injury at 6'9". Bad pass.
Nice play again, but guess who that could have been? Any idea? How about Cox?
Yeah.
Mclendon is one who started like gangbusters, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Bring that one up for Carl Boswell. That's a 3.
Carl Boswell comes into the tournament having made 17 3-point baskets. They look for him to make that mid-range jump shot, but also be a passer.
Square again at 19. Boswell only a sophomore.
Big 2-3 zone, the middle where the CIAA logo is going to be open.
Wow. Mclendon, 13 points. 3-point again lead for Shaw. Inside, nice pass. Austin can't get the bucket, but he does get the foul.
If you're going to play 2-3 and you're going to give up something, you might want to give up the wing shots. But when you got a guy like Mclendon that's lighting it up, that's a good defensive job there. Carl Boswell's got a hand in his face, but Mclendon on fire right now with 13 points, knocks in a big 3.
4 or 6 from the floor, 3 or 4 from the foul line.
game a couple weeks ago against Livingstone, having 21 points, season high early in the year against Lincoln, but has really stepped up this season making shots.
Tell you what, Nasser Austin has come in and started very nicely for
Certainly
Livingstone
has. This
tonight.
has become a clean basketball game. You usually think championship games are going to have a lot of nerves, and it did for a few moments, but now both teams have settled in, and this is going to be a battle of wills the rest of the way.
Three-point attempt. High, nice tip on the rebound there by Greg Henry. They get it back to him. Down the lane. Shot went wild. It's brought down by Shaw.
Shaw looks to push quickly. No break. They'll run their half court. They'll take their time. Tony Smith, Raheem Smith.
They're not.
Tony Smith is from Greenville. In fact, he's related to former Maryland All-American Keith Gatlin.
Really? How about that one? Shot from the corner. Can you believe that one? As the shot clock expires, Raheem Smith goes bingo, bango, bongo for the three. 25-21. 4:43 to go in the first half. Dwight Bell will check in at the next time when he can. Down the middle. Henry can't connect.
You know, Hosier has had a big impact on the 3 games that Shaw's played the last couple of days. And so is that guy.
Gracious, Tony Smith with his second bucket, the 6'5" junior. Smith and Smith, it means S&S trouble up front. To the corner. Boswell has not played much, Stan, but he's found a 3 range.
Get out, contest the jump shot, but never, ever, 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 ever foul a 3-point shooter. McLendon did. Boswell goes in for the possible 4-pointer.
Wow. 6'2" guard, sophomore from Minnesota. I think he made a wrong turn somewhere and wound up in Livingstone.
He wanted to get warm.
And he connects it.
You've been to Minneapolis, St. Paul before during basketball season.
Been during football season too. It's cold up there. It's back when they played outside though at the Met.
At the Met, yeah.
4 minutes. We got a 2-point game.
You look at game-changing plays. Just when you thought Livingstone was on their heels, that 4-point play picks him up, picks his crowd up.
Good pass to Hosier for Bell, but it's Cox.
And then you get that block.
We told you there'd be athletes on the floor. Ball was tipped by Shaw out of bounds. It'll be Livingstone basketball when we come back. Take a look at this block as we take you to the break. Is this sweet or is this sweet? Wow. Which one of the Bears will be the big bear tonight? Shaw leading by 2 with 3:38 remaining in our first half. Big East Women's Championship on ESPN. Got quarterfinal action coming up. Marquette against Rutgers at 12 Eastern Sunday. Georgetown against numero uno Connecticut at 2 Eastern. There's also a couple of other quarterfinal games taking place on Sunday, but anytime you can see the UConn ladies, that's basketball worth seeing.
I wonder, I haven't been keeping up this week. I've been a little busy with this CIAA thing going on, but the West Virginia women have a CIAA product. Malika Willis was an assistant coach for a few years at Elizabeth City State. Their team was in the championship one time. She's an assistant coach at West Virginia for the Lady Mountaineers now. Malika Willis.
Quentin Redford was his first bucket of the day, and we are square at 27. I think that's the 4th time we've been tied in the first half.
Livingstone, 20 points from the bench.
Traveling called on Daryl Johnson. 3:17 to go in the first half. And it's been a dandy. It's been a very good first half. Entertaining, to say the least.
Shaw back in there. Man-to-man to a point. Very stationary, kind of clog the middle. Dribble handoffs here. Now they'll try to work something. 14 on the clock.
Redford just... It did not happen. Here comes Shaw. Add the numbers. Nice pass. Thank you very much, says Dwight Bell.
The thing that you like about the Shaw basketball team, all 5 guys can run the floor.
And do run the floor. A foul on the inside. I think they're going to hit. Yep, they do. They hit Daryl Johnson with
one touch. Smith gets it down the floor. Bell, who had a nice game on Thursday afternoon in the win against Elizabeth City, runs, gets it, puts it in.
Hosier comes in, and Johnson will take a seat after the foul. Boswell gets the inbounds pass, and the defense all over him. I think both teams have really settled in nicely. Two tips and did get it to go home. Mclendon hadn't touched the ball much the last couple of minutes after he got off to such a good start. Smith goes down hard. He is fouled. Foul is against Greg Henry. So that'll send Tony Smith to the line, 6'5" junior. Livingstone and Shaw know each other very well. School's not that far apart.
Yeah.
And when you fight with nicknames too, you know, you've got a little, a little more out of it.
Both private schools that are affiliated with the church. Amos Zion Church for Livingstone, Baptist Church for Shaw University. Very strong academically.
Dante Durant checking back into the game, as well as Omar Ford Bay.
As I mentioned a moment ago, you know, we got Flip Murray that played at Shaw. Ben Coates, all-pro wide receiver, tight end, played at Livingstone. Played basketball for a year at Livingstone, but football was a thing.
Smith misses 2 at the line. 2 minutes remain in the first half. Nice entry pass. Austin got the shot up, but there's a foul on the body. It was rejected, but the foul with the body is going to go against Dwight Bell.
Good help side defense. And take a look at Bell right there. See, there's the block. The block on the block.
Hosier got it, but the foul was called by Bell. Got him with the body is what they said, so Austin will go back. Fresh legs maybe, Stan, like you said. He only played, what, 11 games this year?
Yeah, yeah, very, very active. Long.
1 out of 2. 29-28. Pace is slowed down just a hair here as we're coming to the completion of the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll recap the women's championship game, talk about some other things that take place in the CIAA. One of them that's taking place now is Raheem Smith, who hits another 2. All that coming up at the half. Fashion is in vogue here at the CIAA.
In vogue? In vogue here?
No, they were here last year. From Ford Bay. Smith.
Oh.
One too many passes. Probably should have taken that up. Here comes Ford Bay. Underneath, he's going to get a foul.
See, Hosier was in prime position to take the block or alter the shot. And then at the end, he got lazy about it. Said, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to try to make a block. And he ends up picking up a foul.
So that'll send Omar Ford Bay to the line, 6'4" sophomore. Good look at Omar. He's done a nice job of spelling a few minutes here and there for Livingstone. Tyler Johnson will come in, as will Trone Jackson. David Jones about to get his first action in the game for Shaw. David Jones is like one of these guys that you hang on the bench stand, and when you put him in, he adds something instantly.
He has done that. And
yep.
You can do that. The 52 seconds you want him to play D, take care of the basketball.
Good defense by Durant. Look at that, causing a lot of trouble.
Livingstone very aggressive defensively. Omar Ford Bay comes out, puts some pressure on the basketball.
Well, they got a good defensive unit on the floor right now, but these folks could get after it. Trying to keep Shaw from getting a good shot at the bucket. 8, now 7 on the shot clock. Guess who doesn't get the basket? That was Raheem Smith, but look at the rebound. It was kicked back to Mclendon. Mclendon gets a foul. Henry.
Handle the basketball and also rebound the basketball. Rebounding will be important from an offensive standpoint to get putbacks like this, second chance opportunities, and defensively to make teams begin to be one and done or jump shooting basketball teams. As we get into the second half, the value of the basketball will be the most important thing that goes on, making sure that every time you make a trip down the floor, you be productive.
McLendon with 14 in the first half. So 20 seconds to go. Shaw with a 2-point lead. Trone Jackson will bring it up. Livingstone probably will play for the last shot unless they get an easy one.
And you remember it was this point in the game against Virginia Union where Dante Durant had the big steal that was kind of a momentum builder for the second half.
Nice pass inside. It may have gone one too many. Shot at the buzzer will go nowhere. So we play 20. Stinson and his Livingstone squad will go into the locker room and try to come back. When we come back, take a recap of the women's game and some other goodies. Stay with us. Williams is
15 is Alyssa Lane, right?
yep. Vince Young. You want to do Vince first? Okay. Back at the CIAA Men's Championship game, you might know who this gentleman is. He's been used to playing in some big games. That's Vince Young, quarterback with the Tennessee Titans, but he may be somewhere else between now and football season. Hopefully they'll get played again. But big names come out, don't they?
Better not let me see him. He broke my heart. Beat the USC Trojans in that national championship game a few years ago. I can't forgive that.
He played great when he played for Texas.
Knocked the Trojans out of a championship. My goodness.
Absolutely. All right, we want to recap the women's game because we said Shaw's trying to do the double-double here. Shaw playing Johnson C. Smith in the women's title game, and that was an outstanding game. It was played earlier this evening.
So impressed with both teams. When you needed to make plays, the Lady Bears of Shaw University stepped up and did that. Hey, this Vanessa Taylor club of Johnson C. Smith, one of the best teams in the country. I only lost 3 basketball games. Years.
Some kind of feat, to say the least.
Shaw U.
Why don't we take a look at some of the highlights of that basketball game, because it was a humdinger.
Well, nothing like the sights and sounds of Lovables. Hey, doing their thing. But this young lady right here, Demaria Lyles, drives, gets things going early. She's excited about that. Puts the ball on the floor once again, gets the hoop and the arm. Vanessa Taylor saying, come on, we got to play, we got to play. So they listen to her, and exactly what they do. LaQuisha Gamble goes in and scores again. She ends the ball game with 13 rebounds, 13 points. So it's a 2-point game at halftime, kind of like the guys' game. Second half, this young lady just gets on a roll. That's Terry Jones, hits a couple of threes, and everybody's thinking that maybe Johnson C. Smith's going to win the game, but not so fast. Baskets by Spencer and Williams, and then the big dagger coming right there. Alyssa Lane knocks in a shot. 7 of 7, 16 points for her. And when it's all over, guess who's dancing in Charlotte? That's right, the Bears of Shaw U, 62-56.
Another outstanding women's game, and I tell you what, that bunch from Johnson C. Smith do not count out, because they're going to be alive at the NCAA Division II tournament. They're going to get a bid. They'll definitely get a bid.
With the win for Shaw, they get the automatic bid. And Johnson C. Smith was in the top 6 of the region, so you expect him to get a bid too. CIAA will have 2 women's teams, maybe a third, but definitely I think 2.
Well, it was an outstanding game. It was a great crowd on hand too. And once again, Charlotte's done a sensational job having this tournament here. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll